Welcome to Farming Aid.
For years, backyard chicken keeping followed the same script. You bought a few hybrid layers in spring, enjoyed a flood of eggs the first year, then watched production fade faster than expected. Most people accepted that cycle as normal. In 2026, that mindset is changing. Across America, backyard keepers are realizing that egg numbers alone do not tell the full story, and that some rare breeds are quietly doing a better job where it actually matters. This next backyard revolution is about birds that last, birds that handle heat, cold, and stress without falling apart, and birds that keep laying season after season instead of burning out early. These rare egg layers are not designed for factory barns. They are built for real backyards, real weather, and real people who want dependable eggs without constantly replacing their flock. Once you look at lifetime production, feed efficiency, and resilience, some of these uncommon breeds are outperforming the hybrids many of us thought were unbeatable. In this video, we are diving into 3 rare egg-laying breeds that are changing how backyard flocks are built in 2026. These chickens are proving that smarter genetics can beat high-pressure hybrids, delivering consistent eggs, lower upkeep, and stronger birds overall. If you think hybrids are still the best option for backyard eggs, this might completely change how you see your coop. One of the birds at the heart of this change is the cream legbar. This is the bird that stops visitors in their tracks because of the blue-shelled eggs, but its story runs deeper than shell color. Cream legbars trace to thoughtful British breeding that combined utility and auto-sexing, which means you can tell males from females at hatch by color pattern. Backyard keepers love that practical detail, but what is making the cream legbar stand out in 2026 is its ability to keep laying well through seasonal swings. Hybrids often smash records during the first spring then taper sharply. Cream legbars tend to space their effort. They keep a strong rhythm through heat and short winter days with less artificial light than many expect. They are active, sharp foragers, and that cuts feed costs when you give them space to roam. It is not unusual for a cream legbar hen to stay productive for 3 and sometimes 4 solid seasons, which leaves some owners shaking their heads at how they once accepted replacing hybrid birds so often. Spend any time with cream legbars and you also notice how much outperformance is about real-world living, not just spreadsheets. They are alert birds, not sleepy fence ornaments. They burn calories walking, scratching, and chasing bugs, which keeps them trim and helps them convert forage into yolks with deep color that backyard keepers love. They tolerate heat surprisingly well for a crested bird, yet they also handle cool climates with the right shelter. When storms roll through, they bounce back quickly and return to laying sooner than many high-pressure hybrids that tend to shut down with stress. That consistency is what convinces people. You get beautiful blue eggs, you get hens that lay beyond the first year, and you get a flock that feels engaged with its environment instead of sitting next to a feeder. When people talk about cream legbars outperforming hybrids, they are often talking about this blend of practicality and personality that makes the birds easy to live with while still filling egg baskets. Another name that keeps resurfacing among backyard keepers who study performance over years rather than months is the Ancona. This Mediterranean breed carries the reputation of being almost too energetic, and that energy is exactly what makes it shine in a yard or small pasture. Anconas are lean, fast, and relentless foragers. They are built to move and to find their own calories, and in a world of rising feed costs that matters. Many owners notice that an Ancona hen eating more found greens, seeds, and insects produces a steady stream of large white eggs without demanding constant refilling of the feeder. What makes them interesting in comparison with hybrids is their staying power. Where hybrids often show a steep decline after the first molt, Anconas tend to keep right on laying, riding through molts and seasonal changes with only brief dips before rebounding. Anconas also remind people why heritage genetics are valuable. Centuries of selection in Italy created a bird that resists disease, handles damp conditions, and stays alert to predators. That awareness isn't just charming, it is practical. A hen that avoids hawks and raccoons keeps laying. It's that simple. Backyard flocks with Anconas often report fewer losses because these birds do not sleepwalk through their day. They have strong survival instincts, and those instincts, combined with hardy constitutions, mean fewer vet bills and less time nursing weak birds back to health. When you stack those savings against the slightly higher cost of getting rare breed chicks in the first place, the math begins to favor the Ancona quickly. Add to that the fact that many Ancona hens produce well into their third and fourth years, and it becomes clear why they are being described as outpacing commercial crosses over the long haul. Another part of the Ancona story is temperament and adaptability. These birds are lively, but not impossible to manage. In a backyard setup, they learn routines fast, return to coops reliably at dusk, and get along well in mixed flocks as long as they have room to move. Their light build helps with heat tolerance, and their mottled black and white plumage blends into shade, giving them a natural advantage in avoiding predators. People who once believed only specialized hybrids could deliver dependable egg numbers are discovering that Anconas will quietly match or exceed that output over a longer time window. And that they do it while contributing beauty and character to the yard. It is hard not to be converted when you gather basket after basket of crisp white eggs from birds that seem to run on battery power and show no sign of slowing down. The third breed driving this backyard shift is the Icelandic chicken, often called Icelandic landrace. This is not a uniform showing bird. It is a living archive of hardy genetics shaped by centuries of survival in a rough, northern climate, and it shows. Icelandics come in a rainbow of colors, with different comb styles and feather patterns, and that genetic diversity is exactly what gives them power. These chickens are built for real weather. They shrug off cold that stops many other breeds in their tracks, and with proper ventilation in winter housing, they continue to lay when daylight is short and temperatures fall. In settings where hybrids often need supplemental light and extra feed just to maintain a trickle of production, Icelandic hens keep delivering with less fuss. What really sets Icelandics apart, though, is the combination of broodiness when desired and high fertility paired with long productive lives. Many hybrids were selected specifically to suppress broodiness, because commercial systems rely on incubators and do not want hens sitting on nests. Backyard keepers sometimes want the opposite. They want self-sustaining flocks that can reproduce without buying new chicks every spring. Icelandic hens excel here. They will go broody, hatch and raise chicks, and then return to laying in a cycle that keeps a small homestead flock vibrant and renewed. Over multiple years, that trait means the cost of replacing birds drops, and egg production stays strong because new pullets join the laying flock naturally. When you look at total eggs produced by a self-replacing Icelandic flock compared to repeated purchases of hybrids, the landrace often comes out ahead. The Icelandic chicken's foraging ability is another reason many keepers say it outperforms hybrids. These birds do not just pick at grass. They range, they hunt, and they thrive in semi-free range environments where they can express their instincts. That behavior translates directly into yolk color and shell strength that backyard owners notice immediately. Eggs from Icelandic hens often have deep golden yolks and firm shells, driven by varied diets rich in insects and plants. These qualities make the eggs desirable in home kitchens, and the hens maintain this level of output beyond the quick burnout period typical of many hybrids. Their smaller body size means less feed consumed per bird, and when you combine that with strong foraging, you end up with impressive feed-to-egg efficiency over time. Stepping back, what ties the cream legbar, the Ancona, and the Icelandic chicken together is not just rarity or romantic history. It is suitability for the way people actually keep chickens now. Backyards are diverse. Some are in suburbs with small coops and limited space. Others are in rural edges where birds can roam through orchards and gardens. In all these places, traits like predator awareness, self-sufficiency, and long-term laying patterns matter more than peak output in a controlled environment. Rare breeds often hold those traits because they were shaped outside of industrial systems. They were not optimized to burn out fast. They were selected to survive, reproduce, and keep producing under conditions far from perfect. That is exactly what modern backyard keepers need, which is why these birds are gaining attention and changing buying habits. This shift also carries a cultural side. When someone brings home a cream legbar chick or an Ancona pullet or a batch of Icelandic hatching eggs, they are not just purchasing production units. They are helping conserve living genetic lines that were once at risk of fading away. In many backyards, those genetics actually mean more usable eggs, fewer headaches, and a richer experience of keeping chickens. As backyard chicken keeping moves into 2026, one thing is becoming clear. Bigger numbers in the first year are no longer the only thing that matters. More people are paying attention to how long a hen stays productive, how well she handles real weather, and how much effort it takes to keep eggs coming consistently. That shift in thinking is what defines this next backyard revolution, and it is why rare egg-laying breeds are getting the attention they deserve. These chickens are proving that you do not have to choose between heritage genetics and strong egg production. When you look at lifetime output, feed efficiency, natural health, and the ability to thrive without constant intervention, some rare breeds are outperforming hybrids in ways that actually matter to backyard keepers. They last longer, adapt better, and fit naturally into small flock systems where sustainability matters more than short-term spikes. If you are planning your next flock or rethinking the birds you already have, this is the perfect time to look beyond the usual options. The right breed can change your entire experience, from fewer replacements to more dependable eggs year after year. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it so more backyard keepers can see it. Subscribe to the channel for more real-world poultry insights and breed breakdowns. And drop a comment below letting us know which rare egg layer surprised you the most or what breeds you are raising right now.